Okay, good morning, good day. Once again, this is Arvin Alonzo demonstrating to you the basics of IT application tools. This time, I will focus on the use of a spreadsheet software. Now, what is a spreadsheet software? It's a powerful tool or solution for handling data. It is actually designed to manage complex data. It is used to organize data. It allows you to do some analysis and create some graphical forms or charts. Take note, it is an office productivity tool. It is a software application. Okay? In the hierarchy of software, we have two main categories, the system software and the software application. And part of the software application is also the office productivity tool. So as a spreadsheet software, therefore, is part of the office productivity tool, a subcategory of software application. Take note that the origin of spreadsheet is the accounting worksheet. That's why we call it an electronic accounting worksheet or electronic ledger. These are some examples of spreadsheet. You are familiar with Microsoft Excel, with Google Sheets now, and with Excel 365. There are many others, like we have the LibreOffice calculator and Smartsheet and others. Now, these are some of the advantages of using a spreadsheet. Data are easily entered in the cells. It's easy to organize data. The worksheet can be easily formatted into table. If you wish, you can convert the worksheet into table, then it's very easy. I'll demonstrate this one later on. Formulas and functions are available. Okay, and they are very useful when we would like to manipulate the data that we have. Data can be displayed in graphical form using any form of chart. And using a spreadsheet software requires minimal training. Now, these are the advantages, of course. Monitoring of who were the users will be very difficult, especially when you did not have any password of your file, and you cannot monitor who opened the workbook. Errors are still possible to happen, of course. In any system, there are errors. There's no 100% perfect system. Creating complicated reports and data visualization may be time consuming, but it's very powerful to prepare data visualization. Reporting may be user bias. Why? Because sometimes we would like to prepare reports based on what we need as users. Okay. Now, what are some of the uses of spreadsheet files or the workbook? It's used for storing data. It allows you to reveal unknown values, and it's used for analysis, for graphical representation, now even for statistical analysis and forecasting. If I have time, I will be preparing video tutorials also on the statistical part and even in the forecasting values. This is actually needed in the business environment and even in accounting environment. Okay, now let's look into Microsoft Excel. It's part of the Microsoft Office package, and it's suited for complex numerical data, especially when we would like to analyze it in depth. And there are many formulas and functions that we can use to manipulate the data. Okay, now take note of this. It's used because of its simplicity, popularity, availability, and flexibility. Let us dwell on the parts of the Microsoft Excel. So this is Microsoft Excel. The working area is what you call the worksheet or sheet. Now, every intersection of this is what you call cell. Now, the this one with the thickened border is what you call the active cell. Other than this, you have the name box here. Where the active cell is, you see the name box. But take note, the name box, the name of the cells can be changed. For example, you can change A1 into first name. Instead of later on using A1, you can make use of first name as its address. Okay, this is the formula bar. Any formula that you supply here will be seen here. Say for example, I have a formula 23 plus 23. What you see here is the result of the formula, but in the formula bar, you can see the exact formula that you supplied. How to edit the formula? You can edit in the formula bar or in the cell. When you would like to edit the cell, the shortcut key to activate the cell is pressing F2 only, function F2. Okay, now this one will allow you to enlarge the space of the formula bar, especially when there is a lengthy formula that you supplied. You can enlarge it by using this one, expand actually. Okay, we have the sheet tab. This button is used to add new worksheet. Okay, when you click this one, additional sheet will be seen in your workbook. Actually, the file that we create in Spreadsheet is called Workbook. And a workbook contains one or more worksheets. So you have the scroll bar. You are familiar with the ribbon, the title bar, the quick access toolbar, the window control buttons, and of course the column headers. The column headers starts from A to Z, then AA to Z up to XFD. So if you compute how many columns are there, you just make necessary computations. Okay, and the row header is from 1 up to 1,048,576 rows. Can you consume all of those cells in one file? I believe not. Okay, so those are important parts. Let me just go over if I have missed some. We have the name box, the column header, the cell, the formula bar, the navigation tab or sheet tab, the insert worksheet button, the one that we click when we added a new worksheet. Okay, now let's look into how we can work with the workbook. Of course, you know how to launch the Microsoft Excel. You know how to open a workbook. Okay, now going back, file, new. Take note also that there are templates available that you can use in the spreadsheet in Excel, or you can open an existing file. Okay, now this is very important in the view menu, the freeze panes. What's the freeze panes for? Let me just show you an application of the freeze panes. Oops, let me just use another file. It's not also possible. Anyway, say for example, this is part of your heading, and as you scroll down, you don't like the heading to be removed from your view. So what you need to do is to freeze panes. Okay, Say for example, I will position my active cell here. I will go to view, freeze panes, and when you scroll down, notice that the header will not be hidden. You are now in row 37, take note, row 1, then row 16. And as you go down, row 1 will not disappear. If you scroll to the right, column A will not disappear. Okay? That's the purpose of freeze panes. If you don't like freeze panes, you just go back to the freeze panes and unfreeze panes. Okay. So, moving around the document, and of course, how to edit, F2, how to change the name of a cell using the name box. Of course, just like Microsoft Word, you can make use of the arrow keys, the control plus the arrow keys, the page up, page down, for you to move within the worksheet area. Combining this keys with shift key will allow you to highlight, of course, also. We proceed to renaming, inserting, deleting worksheet. Okay. How to rename your sheet 1? Right click, rename. And then type, say for example, this is data. Okay. Click, you go to Home tab, Format, Rename Worksheet. I'm showing the different ways. Say for example, this is your output. Okay, that's renaming. Next, how to add new worksheet. You just click on this. Or, you go to Insert. You go to Format. This is moving anyway. Okay, that's adding new worksheet. This is supposed to be under worksheet. Where's the worksheet now? There, insert sheet. So that's the other method of inserting a worksheet. Sorry for the delay. It's very difficult when you don't use sometimes the different methods. Okay, so that's inserting worksheet. How to delete a worksheet? You can right click on this, delete, or you can go to this, click on the delete button under the Home tab, and then delete sheet. Okay. Of course, be careful when you delete a sheet. It may be the most important worksheet that you have in your workbook. Okay. Now, insert, delete. The next is to format. How to format fonts, align data. I believe you are familiar with formatting of fonts here, and you can click the dialog box launcher if you want to activate the formatting of fonts. Okay, we have the alignment here. Take note that the alignment is not only for left, center, and justify. There are other three. You have the top align, the middle align, and the center, the right align. By the way, there's no justify here. Okay, so what's that for? This is actually bottom left. So when you click on this, it is centered, but you have to center this one. Okay, so whenever you adjust the size, automatically it will be centered. Okay, so Take note of this alignment. This one will allow you to change the way the text appears. Say for example, I will choose rotate text up. This is very important for columns that do not need a wider space or column width, but you need to show the real name of the column. Say for example, this is gross pay, but you need to have a small space only or width for the column, because there are many columns that you would like to include in your worksheet. Then you may do this function, rotate text up or text down or vertical up. It depends on what you desire. Okay, then of course you have to align it also if you want to. Now, what's the purpose of merged cell? Say for example that the next columns will be for gross income, and under gross income you have the basic pay. So you notice that I merged a certain cell just to have a label for the different columns. Okay, gross in basic pay, OT pay, incentive if there are, incentive, and so on and so forth. So you can, for example, the next columns will be for the total deduction. Click merge cell and you put here total deduction. So that's how to merge cells. How to delete columns. Say for example, I will delete column B. I can just right click on column B, delete, or I will undo. I will go to delete because column B is highlighted, or if not highlighted, there's the active cell is within that column only. Delete sheet column. This may also hold true to cells. Say for example, this one, it's highlighted, so when you click delete, it will automatically delete. But if not highlighted and the active cell is within that row, click delete. Oops, the cell is only deleted. Click on this, delete row. So that's how to delete columns and rows. And even sheet cell, for example, you would like to delete this certain cell only, delete, so that cell will be deleted. The next part, of course, merging unmerged cells. How to unmerge cell? This one, you would like to unmerge, click this one. The command that you use to merge will be the command to unmerge. Of course, you can have this one, merge and center, merge across, merge cells, and then unmerge cells. Okay, so that's merging, applying borders, fill color. Okay, say for example, you would like this one to have borders. You can have this. For example, you would like a thick outside border, and then your inside border will be different. Okay, you can have fill color here, another fill color here, all of these will be available in this dialog box, the format cells. So we are done with font, border, fill, alignment. Of course, you can protect or lock or hide your sheet. We will go into this later on. And last would be the number formatting. I do not know if you encountered while you are typing, for example, a numeric, it will be formatted into a date. Take note of the number formatting. Sometimes the cell has been formatted into date, so that whenever you type a numeric value, it will automatically be converted into a date. Why? Because the format is in date form. So this is where you can set all the format. So even if you entered a numeric value, you would like to have a long date, that's possible. You would like it to be percentage, okay, general, number. Now with this, there's also the dialog box launcher. All of them will go to the format cells. We have the general. This is used for any purpose. The number, you can set the number of decimal places. You can also include the separator. And when there are negative numbers, what do you want? Will you be using the red? Will you be using the close and open parentheses? I believe in accounting, they make use of the close and open parentheses for negative values. Okay, currency, the same. The difference between a number and currency is that currency symbol may be added. Okay, I do not know if we have the Philippine peso here. Okay. Then accounting, date. You can set the date format, time, percentage. Will it be how many decimal places, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's on number formatting. So changing row height, column width. This is changing column width. How about if you want to change more than one column with the same width? Highlight the column header, P to G for example, and then click and drag any of those columns. They will have equal column width. For example, on this, I'll click on K, but H to M is highlighted. So that's column width. The same as through width, height. You can just drag it, or if you want a series of rows to be in the same, using the same size, highlight the row header and then adjust. Okay. If not, you go to format, row height. Here also is the column width. Okay. So then you can set, say for example, 14. Okay. For column, say for example here, format, column width, 9 for example. So that's on format, column width and row height. Of course, you know how to enter data in a cell. How about if you would like a number or a date to be left aligned? Have you noticed that whenever you enter a numeric value, it is automatically right aligned, even a date? So if you would like immediately that your numeric value or your date value to be left aligned, you can have an apostrophe value first and then type apostrophe value, single apostrophe, date. It's left aligned. That's the purpose of left apostrophe value. And sometimes using this single apostrophe would mean that your numeric value may not be needed for computations. The use of fill handle. Where's your fill handle? This one. In the active cell, you can see a small square at the edge. That's your fill handle. That's very important. Say for example, you would like these values to be the same in all the succeeding cells. You can just click and drag. Okay. The next one actually is on autofill, and I will discuss that one in the next video that I'll be presenting. With this, I have shown you how to basically move around the spreadsheet software, particularly in your worksheet, how to format, use font, alignment, number, how to merge, how to change the fill, how to insert columns and rows, how to delete, how to format like the row height, the column width, and so on and so forth. I will discuss how to protect and lock cells, unlock cells in the next videos that I'll be presenting. With this, thank you very much for watching. I believe you learned something new in this simple presentation. God bless everyone.